besides being a band 7, the most stressful job is being a band 6.
Hello everyone, hi, my name is Fumi Betrays and welcome to my channel. And on today's episode, we actually have a guest. Welcome, China.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is quite long, so you can just call me China. It's easier, it's Chinazekere, but I'll prefer China.
Yeah, so should I give them the backlog of why your name is China?
Yeah, go on.
So, we came together to the UK together, and then we were preparing for OSCE. And then on the very first day, OSCE preparations, they asked us to say our names, and Chinasa said her name. Well, actually, they didn't say we should say our names. They were calling they were calling out the names to make sure everybody was present.
Yeah.
And when it got to her turn, the person looked at that name. The person looked at that name. He said, I cannot pronounce this. He said, Can I call you China? And ever since then, she introduces herself as China, which is pretty cool anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, like she said, her full name is Chinazekere. Okay, I got it. I tried. I blended. It's better than nothing, exactly. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about the things China, who is our guest, wishes she knew before she became a band 6 nurse in the UK. China is a band 6 nurse in the UK, and I am a band 5 nurse. So I just thought I came to visit her. Why not, invite her on the channel and let her talk about her experience being a band 6 nurse. So the first question is, what made you apply for a band 6 role?
I have friends that are already band 6s in the UK. So they just basically pushed me and told me, why can't you be a band 6? It's not really as difficult as you think. So they just sent it to me because I was applying for jobs. I wanted to leave my present where I was working previously. So I was just applying for jobs and they kept on sending me band 6 jobs. And I'm like, no, I'm a band 5. I've not even gotten a hang of it. And they just kept pushing me. That was how I applied and I got the band 6 job.
Wow, lovely. Nice move. What were your top expectations when you thought, oh, I got the job and you were going to start it? What did you expect going into the role?
The only expectation I had was that if there's any problem, I'll just call my friends on the phone. But it is not like that. I didn't know there was this much stress that comes with the job. I think it's one of the most stressful jobs. Besides being a band 7, the most stressful job is being a band 6. So I went in there I can just, with time, I'll get used to it. No, you need lots of reading, lots of e-learnings, lots of trainings. You need to be very, very prepared, very knowledgeable, always ready to read. For someone like me that doesn't really like stress, this is it's just the opposite of what I was expecting, to be honest.
What was the biggest reality check for you after becoming a band 6?
The biggest reality check for me, I think, is the fact that you're in charge of people that don't even know. So they expect a lot of high expectations from you. When it's not like being a band 5 or band 2 or band 3. When you come to work, everybody is relying on you to save the day. If there's a patient that is dying or there's a deteriorating patient, everybody comes to you. China, what should we do? And even when there's no deteriorating patient, the slightest thing, this patient wants his bag, should I give him his bag? I'm like, Carol, is that even a question for me to ask? Because they want you to take that responsibility of if anything comes up, it's you. I asked the nurse in charge and they will document it. Ask nurse in charge. So if anything is happening, it's you, because you're like the messiah of that shift. So they expect you to know everything. Even speak languages. We recently had this patient that was speaking a different language and they came to me. I don't understand the language, Spanish. And in my head, I'm like, I don't even understand the language either. So what do you want me to do? Come with us to talk to the patient. And they just expect you to know everything. Every single thing.
Did you have any other, reality check apart from that? It's just that you were not used to being the messiah at the band 5.
I have never, even as a band 1, I've never the only another reality check for me, I think it's just basically like everybody sees you as their messiah. And growing up, I've never really handled posts like maybe being a class rep. I've always been a backbencher.
What's the most surprising non-clinical responsibility you now have or you've ever had to deal with as a band 6? Something that was not even clinical at all, but you have to do it or you had to do it. Is there any you could think of?
Yeah, I think it's just basically the NHSP. Recently, someone just called me randomly. She was in the ward, I don't think it's clinical, and she's calling me and she's telling me about shifts release. You know, that is very non-clinical. They expect you that even when you're at home, because there are just few of us in the ward, that you should release their shifts. And I don't know, I just feel that is something that you shouldn't be calling me on my off shifts. In as much as I was able to still help with solving the problem, but I think that's the funniest non-clinical thing that is a reoccurrence. Like they keep calling you, even when someone shows up to work and the shift was previously cancelled, they still call you and they expect you to, fix it. Yeah.
Still on that question, do you do audits as a band 6?
Yeah, very well.
Yeah.
A lot.
Do you find that's very nice or?
To be honest, I think that's like a major band 6 responsibility. Yeah, because it counts during the, what was this thing called, accreditation. So audits are very important, and I think it's a major band 6 role. In as much as you can just delegate it to every other person, but I think for it to be critically done, it should be done by somebody in a higher position of power, because most times they miss the critical thing. If you keep telling somebody, you can tell anybody, do this, they don't really take, once you're not really in a position of power, people don't take that responsibility. Any responsibility you give to them, as long as it doesn't really affect them in such a way, they don't take it serious. So I think audits is band 6 role. I don't know personally as well.
No, it is a band 6 role.
Yeah.
It is a band 6 role. How did your relationship with colleagues change after your promotion?
Oh my God.
But I think in your case, because you were in one trust before, and then you were a band 5 in that trust, and then she left to another trust to become a band 6. So in a way, you did not have the same colleagues you had when you were in band 5 as when you were in band 6. But still, there's
this what's it called? The supernumerary period.
Okay.
So when you come into new trust, as long as a new starter, you must have that 2 weeks supernumerary.
Yeah, true.
And that period, you're a band 4 or band 5. So you have a very good relationship with everybody. Once you become a band 6, they've seen you as the devil. Like, they feel that you're against them. They don't understand that when you're in a different position, you have bigger responsibilities, you have bigger issues to deal with, than to sit down and discuss frivolities. They just see it as, what is she now feeling like? What happened to you before? They don't know that things have really, really changed, and there's high expectations from the more senior people about you. They expect more from you. So I know with time, it normally wears down. Like everybody comes back down to normal. So I'm not really. It happened to me, but now everybody's okay. I think me, I can't be bothered.
What's one situation where you had to manage conflict, and how did it go?
Okay, I came to work one day, and it keeps happening. Like maybe when you keep 2 people in a bay, and one person comes to you, I don't want to work with this person. Oh my God.
It really does happen. Like people be like, oh, I don't want to talk with this person.
Yeah, I don't want to work with
this person.
Yeah, very well.
Oh yeah, it does happen.
It happens a lot. And unfortunately, it happens with our own people. So I feel it doesn't make sense to me. But I understand people and their differences. When you call them aside and you ask, the problem is not even something that serious. So most times, I just try as much as possible to resolve it there. I call everybody. I'll call the 2 people involved. I'll start asking alone before calling them together. And I try as much as possible to resolve. I try 101% unless I know that person is really a difficult person to work with or even talk with, then I can understand. So I just try to resolve it at the moment, like there and there. But if it's now too much, I can just send an email, escalate, or just swap the base.
And honestly, how often do you have to like solve conflicts as a band 6 on the ward? Whether it's between like patients or patients relatives or relatives nurses, because I know like
almost every day. Funny enough, it's like you can just come to the ward and you're thinking, oh, today I'm going to have a very peaceful calm shift. Next minute somebody's coming to you, the doctor didn't do this, blah 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 blah. I've spoken to you, and they expect you to go and speak to the doctor, or somebody's telling you this patient relation said he was going to report blah blah blah. So because everybody is different, to be honest, like, and this UK is the most multicultural place I've ever been to in my own life. So every day there's one thing or the other. It can be even between the discharge coordinator and the ward clerk. It can just be anybody. It can even be between you and another person. So I think it's pretty much every day.
Do you ever feel caught between staff and management? So like, for example, you know how management will always release like rules and policies.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't favor the staff.
Yeah.
Like, you understand, but you are also now in a senior role and you have to like impose these rules and policies. But the staff is like, the band 5s and band 3s and 2s and 4s are like, oh, but why do they have to do it? This does not make sense, blah 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 blah. But you are like, it does not make sense, but still they say we should do it.
Yeah. All the time. Because another thing, that most of the rules also affects us that are band 6s also, because we have the senior people. They are band 8s. There's band 8s, A, B, and the rest of them. So those people are very senior. They don't even listen to the band 6s. It's just from band 7 and above. So most times they don't even listen to the band 7s. They just sit and make their own decision to favor people. So they're not doing it to spite you. It's just that they need, because the last time it can be that maybe when CQC came, the accreditation was not up to, so they have to put in some rules and regulations just to, make the standard better. Yeah. So it will definitely affect everybody. So you have to go by the rules. They make the rules, you don't argue. You might not like it. You might, maybe one of your favorite people that you're working with is the most affected person. I just call you, and if you call me and tell me China, I'll just be like, see, I'm not the person that made the rule. This is the reason, but let's give it time. Just like this new NHSP thing, they said no more than 4 shifts.
No more than 4 shifts.
I have lots of people affected by it, because to be honest, we are immigrants and we don't have, what's it called? We don't have benefits. So we need that NHSP. I have a friend that was really affected because he does he lives on extra shifts and he takes care of his family. He has kids and all that. But at this point, like, for every time you pick more than 4 shifts in a month, the other one is scraped off, and they expect you as the band 6 to monitor this shift pattern. So when I'm telling this person, I'm cancelling your shift, and they're telling me, but I said, this is not, I didn't make this rule. I don't even like it either. I want to be picking extra shift by myself also. So I can't just do more than this. Like, so you just have to work with it. With time, it normally dies down. Any new rule dies down with time. So
what does your typical shift as a band 6 look like?
Hey, madness. It's chaotic. You will suffer. You will suffer. In my department, as a band 6, when you come to work, you already have your own patients. Like,
how many patients do you take? How many patients are on the ward?
We have it's a 28 bedded ward.
28 bedded ward. And then how many patients would you take out of that 28?
8 patients.
And you still coordinate the shifts?
Oh my God, very well. You're doing board round 2 times. You're coordinating the shift.
Yes. Let me not interrupt again. So, what does your typical shift look like as a band 6
I'll
in your
repeat
unit?
it again. Madness. It's chaotic. Sometimes you can be off. It's not off. Sorry. You can be fully staffed. It's when they are short staffed. That's where the problem is. So they expect you to step up. That's the thing. The expectation as a band 6 is too much. They expect you to step up because they'll tell you other departments are very short staffed. We can't do anything. They don't release in NHSP. There's no money. There's this. lots of rules. So you have to take 8 patients, coordinate the shifts, do 2 during this is a long day, do 2 board rounds. They expect you to know, and unfortunately my department runs an outpatient. So out of the 28 beds, we have 14 that are inpatients. Then the remaining other bed space is for outpatients, like they move in and out.
So that means you can admit, discharge.
Oh, yes, we can. In a day, you can have 10 discharges. Yeah. But we have a discharge coordinator. Even with everything, it's just that as a band 6, they expect you to know every. They can just come from the blues. You know this patient they admitted now. I'm like, where is the patient they just admitted? They expect you, so you need to be on the top of your game as a band 6. The band 8 can even come in. This person just came in now. She expects you to know who just came in now as an outpatient. What is wrong with the patient? Where is the patient going to? Are we admitting? Are we? Siteco is calling you. Oh my God. The word is a little bit less stressful is at night, because most of the patients, you don't expect most of the patients to stay overnight. So maybe from those that were admitted during the day, the maximum male and female can take is 3. So as a band 6, you can either take 3 at night if you want to. Me, I like to take patients. I always, because it makes me know the patients. Like, so that tomorrow, if I'm on day shift, the board round is, you have the MDT team there, the doctors. During the board round, it can be 14 altogether. And they're asking you, this patient has balls been open? How does patient mobilize? So if you don't nurse these patients, you won't know.
You will know, yeah.
So I try as much as possible to take patients during the shift.
What would you say are like the differences between being a band 5 and being a band 6?
There's a very big difference, because as a band 5, you're more relaxed. You don't really know a lot of things, or rather you're not really exposed to a lot of responsibilities, and both clinical and non-clinical. As a band 6, you're exposed to a lot of responsibilities, both clinical and non-clinical, and they expect you, there's just a high expectation from you. As a band 5, you can just come to work, do your job and go home. But as a band 6, they expect you to tidy up, like that finishing touches release. There are just lots of extra bits and pieces that even as a band 6, if you're going home early, in your head you'll be saying, are you sure I'm done with everything? Because I like to stay back, do both clinical and non-clinical before I go home. I don't like when I'm at home and I'm getting emails, this was not done, and anything that was not done in your shift, you're being held responsible for that. So there's a huge margin. As a band 5, I can say I was chilling. I was walking on sunshine. I just go to work, come back, enjoy myself, sleep, go to the cinema, hang out with friends. As a band 6, when you're coming back, you're either thinking of an email to send or the one to be sent to you, or there's just something that you're supposed to do. Maybe it can be datics, it can just be anything. There's always something you're supposed to do that keeps you busy. So there are two different
worlds entirely. Do you hold the bleep as a band 6?
No, we don't do bleeps. No.
Okay, the band 7s that hold bleep.
But my band 7 doesn't hold bleep. I think it's peculiar to other trusts. We don't do.
When I was in the medical ward, they didn't used to hold the bleep either. But from time to time, they would be like a band 6. I've forgotten the name of that position, but there would always be like a band 6 that is overseeing all the medical wards. So that, how do I put it? That band 6 will be the one there's always like a coordinator. It could be a band 6 or a band 7, but basically that person's job is that all the admissions coming in to be overseeing it. Which medical ward will this patient go into?
No, so we have
discharges.
NHS is quite different.
It's different
when I was
from trust to trust.
In that other trust, there used to be a bleep holder, so I understand what you're saying. But in this trust, in my current trust, we don't do that. It's just the site coordinators. Or maybe I don't know, but I'm very sure that I've never seen someone that is a bleep holder for the whole of medical. No, it's the site coordinator.
In my current department, the band 6, actually not the band 6, the coordinator of the whoever is coordinating of the floor, one of them will hold the bleep. And that's just because I work in the ICU anyway. So because emergency, we want to call them theaters. So one of them has to hold the bleep because they receive like lots of calls from everywhere. That's why they hold it. I might not be sure the exact reason, but I think that's why they hold the bleep. So one of them will always have a bleep alongside the doctors. How do you stay calm when everybody wants you at once? The patients want you, your nurses want you, the HCAs want you, ops manager wants you, or the site manager wants you, the doctors want you, your matron wants you.
But to be honest, I have this particular HCA. She keeps telling me, "Why are you always so calm?" I'm like, "Because I need to understand what is being said to me. Because I don't like when everything is just too much. Because you won't coordinate yourself. So most times when everybody wants me at the same time, maybe I'm even on my break. I might be on my break and somebody calls me out as a band 6. That is something that they also expect from you. I had this scenario where I was on my break, band 5 came in and told me that she had a dying patient. And I told her I've escalated this on the board round. Doctors know that. Go and talk to the doctors. And my manager walked up to me and was very angry. A patient is dying and you're eating and you're on your break. So in that situation where everybody wants me at the same time, I try to prioritize, because if Siteway is calling me to know how many beds we have, and they are calling me that a patient is dying, and the doctor is just calling me to tell me there's a new prescription, I'll obviously just be calm and pick the one that is more critical and crucial at that moment, because I can't divide myself.
Have you ever doubted yourself in this role as a band 6?
Hey, many times, especially when I was new. Oh my God, I was just telling myself, what did I get myself into? Like, how did I even agree to? Because interviews, let's not lie, interviews are actually premeditated. Maybe someone told you that you're going to get. So interview is not really a true test of knowledge. It's when you get the role proper. The good thing is that I had a lot of people that helped me when I came. I really doubted myself for 6 months straight. I'm not even joking. And the worst part is that I was so scared of my manager that I don't know, it was also affecting me. This manager I have now is my best manager on earth. So it really made me, I was always scared. Fear, anxiety, you're just anxious. You can't even learn when you're scared or when you're anxious. You can't learn anything you learn now drops now. But when you're more relaxed, you're going to learn a lot of things. So I really doubted a lot of things. At some point itself, I was saying, are you sure I'm giving them the correct answer? Are you sure I have to run into the toilet, Google it, just to double check? Because they're going to write it. Not in charge, with your name there. China, inform China, and she told me to do this. So if your name is there and you're doing the wrong thing, oh my God. I had a lot of funny situations that happened to me. A lot. I thought I was doing the right thing, but it was obviously the wrong thing, because I came from a different trust. So every trust has their own policy. Just like how you're saying the bleep holder, we don't do it in this new trust. So I really doubted a lot. At some point I was thinking that maybe I was not even supposed to be a nurse to begin with. Like, it was just too much, trust me. But I think I'm now more settled, because with time you get to learn, understand, and you'll be fine.
Nice. Senior Deputy Sister China. What skills did you wish you developed more before becoming a band 6?
Oh, communication. Lord of medicine. The thing is that because I'm from Nigeria, the way we communicate is very different, and you need to learn it before you become in a position of power, because it can affect a lot of things. I used to think that if there's a problem between two people, I can just call them and tell them, don't do this, don't you dare in the UK. You see, that way you know how to communicate in Nigeria like a mad person. I'm not saying we're mad, I'm just saying that this is the way we communicate back home, and that is normal for us. It's not a problem. Back home, I can just see you on the road and see this person. I'll start shouting, "This person told me you did this to her," and we just resolve it there. Here, they expect you to send an email. The middle name of this place is email. Even if that person is your bonbon pal, as much as possible, make it a little bit formal. Don't always make things very informal. I used to be very, very, very informal, and it got me into a lot of trouble because I'll be like, "Oh, this person did this to you. I'll call her. I'll call the person on phone. Why did you do this now? You're not supposed to." That got me into a lot of trouble because I was saying, "Oh, this person is my person now. It's not good." No, nobody is your person. Try to add formal with informal in everything you're doing. So I think communication is one thing that I really wish, in as much as now I'm much better at it, because once beaten,
twice shy.
Oh, I got beaten by a wolf, so I now know better that whatever you do, no matter even her that is my bonbon pal, if we work together, I'm not calling her on phone to tell her anything.
Everything. If there is no evidence, how they say it, if you did not document it, it didn't happen. Exactly. And so you have to,
much as possible, to be very formal.
And know how to use your CC very well. Your CC in email.
I'm telling you.
If possible, BCC.
I do a lot of blind copying. I blind copy my matron and my managers a lot. Even someone else that must have advised me on what to do, I blind copy the person. It's very important.
It's important. It's a communication. Mm-hmm. Nice. What kind of support did you get when you entered the role?
I had very lovely band sixes that were there before me. So they really, really, really helped. They were my support system too. They really, really, really brought out time. They were all Nigerians, and they were very helpful. Very, very, very helpful to me. There was this particular one that really helped me. She taught me how to use, because it's a different system from where I was working. The system is different. So she taught me how to use the system. She taught me where to get. So I got good support. But another thing is that I wasn't asking. I wish I asked more, because the more you're asking, people know where your problem is. So, but I really got good support.
Do you do more e-learnings than you do when you're in band 5?
Hey, my e-learnings at the band 5 was like 15%. Now it's 90% and above, because they expect, it's the expectation. They expect you for you to be able to lead people. You should lead by example. Like now, they may be the education link now, so you shouldn't get less than 95% or 90%. I'm always doing e-learnings. I am always doing, even the one I'm being asked for, the one I'm not asked, I'm doing it. I don't want trouble. Just do it.
What do you wish band 5s knew about the pressures of being a band 6?
I wish they can just give them band 6 for 2 months.
Sometimes they do like band 6 secondments.
There's someone currently in my church that went for band 6 secondment. I was so happy that particular staff is going to be a band 6. Oh my God. They don't understand. When they say, I hate this person, I hate this. I say no. Until you become that person, you don't have any right to judge that person.
Until you walk in someone's shoes.
You walk in shoes is even small. In somebody's sweater. Like, until you wear that person's sunglasses, you understand that the pressure it is for somebody to be someone else, like to be in another position of power. I'm not saying the power is not too much, but that little power you're given, you want. That's when most times when HTAs want to be nursing associates, I encourage them to be one, because sometimes they can be quite nasty, some of them. So when they become nurses, they understand that you're not just sitting about writing your notes just for fancy. So I want everybody to be in that higher position than another person. Then you understand why this person was like this person. So
fair enough. Let's assume you're applying newly for a band 6 position. Would you do it the same way you did it, or if there were like to be any different, like what different thing would you do? Knowing what you know now, if you're applying newly for a band 6 position, what would you do differently?
To be honest, I take every opportunity as a learning thing for me. So I think I did it the right way. I don't know, maybe not the right way, but I wouldn't take it back. I like the fact that it happened, and I learned a lot from it. Because if it didn't happen like this, if I got it, maybe I was in that particular trust, got the band 6, I won't even have learned this much. I would have been more relaxed because I know everybody, I know the trust. But because I don't know people in this new trust, I had to like step up. Let me just use that word.
Right.
So it made me learn. Do you know it was that bad that I was even watching on YouTube? If I come home on my way home, I'm on YouTube watching anything that has to be medical or the department I'm in, like gastro. I'll start watching gastro movies. It was bad. So it really helped me to learn a lot of things. I don't really regret anything or do anything different. I think I'm fine.
The next section is myths versus facts. So I'm going to make some statements, and you will say whether it's a myth or fact, and you say why it's a myth or a fact. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. The first one is band 6s just do admin.
That's a myth.
As a myth. Yeah, like you said already, you take patients.
A lot.
It's patients is actually
different hospitals. I don't know what my hospital you have to take patients.
Yeah. Except maybe you took like a proper admin role. Maybe that's
unless you're routed for admin
okay.
Which is like twice in a month. I don't know, different trusts. Like my own trust can be twice in a month. So that's different. And sometimes non-clinical, they'll pull you from non-clinical because
it's just stuff. Yeah. So. And the next one is band 6s make load more money.
That's the most problem with band 6. That's a myth. If you're a band 6 and you do day shifts, and you're a band 5 and you do permanent nights, you're earning more than a band 6 on day shifts. So the system here is quite different. It's not like back home where whether you do night or day, the enhancement doesn't really show. So night shifts, I was talking to my friend that is a band 5. She's a senior band 5 to be precise. Her pay slip, because she's on permanent night, she earns £500 more than me because I do day shifts. I didn't know that. I didn't know until I spoke to someone, and I just realized this 2 months ago. I didn't know it was that bad. So it just depends on the enhancement. Like if you do night shifts, if you do day shifts, obviously it can be just maybe 100 or 200 pounds difference. If you're a senior band 5, it just depends on where you are on the ladder. Like I'm just the first bit. There's a range. So I'm just the first bit. I'm due for my what's it called? Increment.
Yeah.
Maybe sometime this year.
You are more respected when you're a band 6. Myth or fact?
This a little bit fact to be honest. Yeah. Because I used to have this particular band 5. She keeps complaining. She's like, China, it's only when you and this person are here. That's when nobody touches this computer. But when I'm here, I'm telling them to stand up, that it's not in charge computer. They don't listen. It's just, it depends. They respect you more. It's true. Yeah. But not all the days.
Not all the time.
Yes,
but
it's like
it
70,
works.
30, but it's just the same.
I think it's like, I think even sometimes like with patients or relatives, you are like trying to tell them something, they won't listen to you.
Especially with doctors.
But if you not come and be like, I'm the senior sister on duty, or I'm the senior nurse on duty, or I'm a coordinator, how can I help you? Then they now like back down. Band 6s get to go home on time.
Huh? That's it. That's the worst of them all. You're the last person to leave the shift. Unless you didn't have patience.
Yeah, that's why am I snoring?
Unless there's something else. But you're the last person to leave that. Unless you're very fast. I don't even know. Unless there's just something. But
I think it depends too. On the ward, when I used to work on the ward, band 6s actually didn't used to leave early because it depends on the band 6. So there's one band 6, she leaves very early. I don't know how she does it. Maybe she just tidies up.
I also have one that leaves very early.
She leaves like sharp. Once it's 8 like this, she's handed over. She does everything. Yeah. But on the wall, a good amount of the band sixes would still be around. They would still try to,
Coordinate some things, yeah.
and then do, like you said, tiding over. But me coming to the ICU, the band sixes, like once they reach that coordinator stage where they are coordinating, they are the ones coordinating the shifts. Once they hand over, it's 8:00 p.m. They've left. That's also because they don't take any caseload.
That's what I wanted to say.
They don't take any patient caseload the way my eyes. Like if you are the one coordinating, you are not taking any patient caseload. You are solely focusing on that coordinating bit. I guess that's what allows them to, take leave on time.
Even if you're coordinating, you will have patients sometimes.
Yeah.
So once you have patients, that's where the delay comes, because you have to update the hand over to everybody, do this and that. So it depends. Some days, few days, I leave early. To be honest, just very few. I can even count, but most times you're always around, maybe solving another shift's problem on its own.
Exactly. Yeah. The next statement is, you know what you are doing right away. Once you enter the role, the magic of the band 6 role just hits you.
Never. That's a myth. That's impossible. Totally impossible. That's when you know that there's a difference between band 5 and band 6. There's a big difference. Like you will now see, like they'll tell you you're supposed to be doing this, supposed to be doing that. That's a myth. You will learn different new things that you've never seen. You've been in that trust, perambulating, going home, walking. When you enter band 6, you see that there are many things in that trust that has been passing you by that you didn't even know.
You didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
You need to be perfect to apply for a band 6 role.
Never. Your imperfection is even what they want. Like they want that imperfection that is not really a problem to them. You can't be imperfect and just be leaving patients upside down. Let it be that, this person didn't pick the call bell because she was attending to someone else, and it's like, I don't know how to explain. Let your imperfection not be so bad, so they don't care whether you're perfect.
All these things.
No. Let your imperfection not be a trouble to patient, like a harm to patient. Then they're fine with you.
Do you miss being a band 5?
Sometimes. Sometimes. It's 50-50. Sometimes I'll be like, if I was a band 5, I would have been chilling, minding my business and just going home without nobody stressing me. Sometimes I'll be like, well, being a band 6 is cool because you get to know a lot of things. So it's 50-50, to be honest. Like, if I get a job that I like now, and it's a band 5 job, I'll go for it. I don't feel it's like you're going up and down. This country, is different. Like, there's something about this country that is so different, and I'm so grateful to God. Nobody cares whether you're a band 7 in the previous trust and you're now currently a band 5.
If that's what you want, do it.
If that's what you want. I've seen a lot of band 6s that stepped down and became a band 5, and nobody, like, it doesn't make you less respected or anything. So some days I don't mind if I see any job that I like that is band 5, I'll still do it. I'll just start with senior band 5. They are the ones enjoying. See those people? They are enjoying. Okay.
Do you think being a band 6 is worth it if you compare the job, role, the job responsibility, and the pay? Do you think they're on the same level, or it's above, or?
I think band 6 is very much less paid. Everybody will even tell you that their own post is less paid. So I'm talking for my own post.
Exactly.
I think that most times the expectation is very high. It's like 100 and the pay is like 50. So how am I supposed to? And that's why sometimes you see people, they'll be like, I can't even do this thing anymore. I'm just coming down. The previous trust I worked, my department, I had up to 4 band 6s that left. One went to a different place altogether and she went to a different department and became a band 5 and was coming to
do
NHSP in the ward. The other one left and went back to his own country. The other one remained in the department but stepped down as a band 5. Said it was too much. The other one left. I don't know, maybe he went to a different trust, but they said he became a band 5 in a different trust. So most times when you become that band 6, the pressure is usually too much that if you're not really strong or
you
you're
can't
not,
take it.
you just be like, what's even
All the
need of
essence.
all these insults, all this drama, all this stress? Let me chill. Let me chill like a band 5 and just step down.
But I guess another way I look at it is you can't really become a band 7 without becoming a band 6. Though there are some roles that you can jump from being a band 5 to band 7 straight. But I guess that middle ground, that band 6 also prepares you. Because if you've not done that responsibility and you go straight to band 7, it will still kind of bite you in the leg. That is the end of this video, guys. Thank you for coming on my channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked today's video. And see you in the next video. Bye. Bye-bye.